Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in for another 60-minute yoga session at home in the comfort of your own home, and hopefully not the distractions of the couch calling you to have a little lie down, and maybe I'll do this in a minute. Hopefully you'll crack on with this now, but always knowing that you can press the pause button if you need to. So before we get started, so with all of these sessions, and you'll probably get bored of me saying it, whether you're in a class, we're all in together, or whether you're at home, just making sure you take all of my instructions as general guidance. So if it doesn't feel right as you're moving into whatever position I'm suggesting we come into, then either taking a pause, make an adjustment as you need to, or use one of the modifications that I suggest. But we're not wanting to force our body into a position or beyond a range of movement that we're comfortable with. Also, if you're fortunate enough to have a yoga block nearby, if not, pillow, cushion, or anything else that you're happy to sit on, maybe you've got a pile of magazines to hand or a book or whatever it is, just to make sure that we're comfortable when we're doing our yoga practice. So we're going to start lying down, legs bent, feet flat on the mat. So you've got your arms by your side, legs bent, feet flat, closing the eyes or a soft gaze on the ceiling. And then we'll just take a few minutes to tune into our breath. We're not changing how we breathe, we're just noticing, being aware of the natural flow of air as it comes into the body and then as it goes out again. So to help with that, to help keep your attention on your breath, we can notice the rise and fall of the chest and abdomen, feeling of the air as it comes in through the nostrils and then as it goes out again. Maybe you're aware of your heartbeat, your pulse. Hopefully as you're lying there, the breath is lengthening, becoming a little bit shallower as the body relaxes. And then when you take that next breath in, we're going to inhale and slowly lift the arms up as you breathe in. Pausing with the fingertips to the ceiling, breathing out, the arms slowly come back down again. Inhale, lifting the arms up. And breathing out as the arms slowly come back down again. So we're going to continue that movement, inhaling up and breathing out back down. Just making sure, just checking that the breath is initiating the movement. So when you're ready to breathe in, you'll start to lift the arms up. As you breathe in, by the time the fingertips are pointing towards the ceiling, the lungs are full. Pausing there for a moment, and then when you're ready to breathe out, the arms slowly come back down by your side, down by your thighs. Inhaling up, and then breathing out back down. And we'll either continue this movement, or if you've got space behind your head, you can allow the arms to come down behind your head, so the arms come down the outside of the head by the ears, and then inhaling back up and breathing out, the arms come down by your thighs, down by your outside of your legs. So we're just increasing that range of movement. If you've got obstacles behind the head, then just continuing with that up and down. And if you've got that increased range of movement, we're still going to be inhaling as we lift the arms up, breathing out as the arms slowly come back down. Inhaling up and breathing out back down. And just Just do this movement a couple more rounds. And then pausing next time your arms are down on the ground next to you. So down by the outside of the legs, down by the thighs. Reaching down with the fingertips, catch back to the heels. And then we're going to lift the feet up and take the hands to the knees. Gently draw the knees towards the chest. Take the knees apart away from each other, and then the knees move away, so arms straighten, back together, in towards the chest, and apart, and away. So we continue that movement, inhaling as you draw the knees in, breathing out as the knees move away from you. So as we're doing this, just making sure it's a comfortable range of movement. So we're just still in the phase of warming the body up, getting a little bit of movement through the joints. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. And then popping the feet back down onto the mat. So we're still legs bent, feet flat, feet hip width. Reach down with the fingertips again. Allow both legs to come over to the right side, and we'll keep both legs on the right for a few breaths. As you're breathing out, you're imagining and feeling hips, spine, shoulders relaxing into this twist position. And then inhaling as you bring the legs back to centre, and breathing out over to the left, and we'll keep the legs on the left side again for a few breaths. Nice steady flow of air coming in and out of the body. As you're breathing out, you're imagining again the body's relaxing into this position, so hips, spine, shoulders releasing. And then next breath, inhale to centre, breathe out to the right, and we're gently from side to side for a few rounds. So we're inhaling as we come up, and breathing out back down. So gently from one side to the other, following your breath in and out of the body. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Nice gentle movement one side to the other, following the flow of air as it comes in and then as it goes out of the body. Pausing next time we're back to centre with the knees pointing towards the ceiling. From here we'll roll to one side, pressing to all fours. Then we're making our way to hands and knees. And then from here we'll bring the left foot forwards and come into an upright position. So we've got the left foot in front, right knee on the ground, placing left hand on your left leg, raising your right arm up. We'll be reaching up towards the ceiling and then over the top towards the left side. So we're side stretching, right side of the body, and as you're in this position, just making sure that knees above the ankle. Coming back into an upright position, right hand across your left thigh, left hand small at the back, twisting, turning to the left. So we're drawing this left shoulder back, opening the chest to the left, back to centre, left hand, left leg, raising the right arm up, reaching up and then reaching over the top towards the left side. Coming back into an upright position, right hand, left leg, left hand, small at the back, gently twisting, turning to the left. And then slowly back to centre, switching legs. So we'll take that left leg behind, right foot forwards, right hand on the right leg, raising left arm up, reaching up and over the top towards the right. And coming back into an upright position, left hand across to the right thigh, right hand small on the back, twisting, turning the body to the right. Holding in this position, drawing that right shoulder back to open the chest to the right side, back to centre, right hand on the right leg, raising left arm up, reaching up and over to the right side again. Back into an upright position, left hand, right leg, right hand small at the back, twisting, turning to the right. And then slowly coming back to centre. Back to all fours, so we come back in two hands and knees. Lifting up your left leg, bringing the left knee towards the left elbow, pressing into the left heel so the left leg is out long, raising up the right arm. So you're pressing into the left heel, gently reaching forwards through the right fingertips, and then coming back to all fours. Lifting up the right leg, right knee to right elbow, pressing into right heel, right leg long, lifting up the left arm. And again, you're gently pressing into the right heel as you gently reach forwards through the left fingertips. Back to all fours. Left knee to left elbow, pressing into the left heel, raising up the right arm. And back to all fours. Right knee to right elbow, pressing into your right heel, raising up your left arm. And then we'll come back into an all fours position, take the knees wide, toes towards each other, bum to heel, sliding the hands away. So the arms are straight, shoulder width apart, fingers spread, hands gently pressing forwards into the mat. And then inhaling as you lift up, we're bringing shoulders forwards above the wrists. Breathing out as we come back down. Inhaling, coming up. And breathing out, back down. And then pausing next time we're upright or we're on all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. From here we'll come to downward dog, so we curl the toes, lift the knees, press the bum back, allow the head to hang. Having a bit of a bend in the legs if you need it, and then we're going to stretch the legs alternately, so bending one leg a bit more than what it is, straightening the other, or working towards straightening the other, and then bending that leg, working towards straightening the other. So we're just gently putting a little bit of movement, a bit of challenge into the backs of the legs, hamstrings, calf muscles. And then pausing in your downward dog, and we'll move the shoulders forwards and come into a plank position. Just holding there for a couple of breaths, and back to downward dog. And again, just holding there. So we've got the head hanging, gazes to back of the mat, feet a minimum of hip width apart, shoulders forwards into plank. Steady breath. Always pop the knees down if you need to. If this is a bit too much, you can come to your modified plank. Back to downward dog. And stepping forwards and folding forward. So we're bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relaxed. Having a bend in the legs if you need it, belly can rest on the thighs. Inhaling as you come up, hands to prayer position above the head, breathing out, coming down. So we'll keep hands in prayer position, stepping to the top of the mat if you're not quite there already. We'll take a breath in and out, we'll breathe in and out. Inhaling as you take the hands up, breathing out as we fold forwards at the waist, arms, shoulders relaxed, bending the legs if you need it. Hands to shins, inhaling as we lift into a flat back position. Hands to mat, and then we're stepping back into plank. And then we're coming all the way down onto the mat, extending the toes, gently tuck the elbows in, and as you inhale, lift into cobra, and breathing out as you come back down. Curl the toes under, pressing up, and then back into downward dog. Pausing there for a moment. And then with your next breath in, we'll step forwards and fold forward. So bending over at the waist, head hanging, arms hanging. Inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position above the head. So you're reaching up as you take the hands up and then breathing out as they come back down. Inhaling up, breathing out forwards. Hands to shins. Inhaling as you lift to flat back, hands to mat, and we'll step back into plank. And then we're all the way down. Extend the toes, inhale, lift to cobra, breathe out down, curl the toes under, pressing up, and then back into downward dog. Stepping forwards and folding forwards. Inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position, and breathing out, coming down. Inhaling up, breathing out forwards. Hands to shins, inhaling as you lift. Hands to the mat, and we'll step back into plank. All the way down, extend the toes. Inhale, lifting into cobra, breathing out as you come down, curl the toes under and pressing up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position, breathing out, coming down. Inhale up, breathe out forwards. Hands to shins, inhaling as you lift, hands to the mat, back to plank. All the way down, extending the toes, inhale as you lift into cobra, breathing out as you come down, curl the toes under, pressing up, and then back into downward dog. Stepping forwards and folding forwards. Inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position, breathing out down. We're going to do one more round. We're going to inhale as we come up, breathe out as we fold forwards, hands to shins, inhale as you lift, hands to the mat, back to plank, all the way down, extend the toes, inhaling into cobra, breathing out, coming down, curl the toes under, pressing up, and then back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards, inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position, breathing out, coming down, and then taking the hands down. Great stuff. So either pausing and having a quick drink, or we'll crack on. So we're going to take a short step forwards with the right foot. Inhale the arms up in front, breathe out through to the back. Inhale to the front, exhale to the back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Allow the arms to drop down and left foot forwards, right foot back. Inhaling up, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and allow the arms to drop down. So feet a bit wider than hip width, slight bend in the legs, and just gently taking the arms from one side to the other. Inhale and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Lifting the arms up a bit higher, so the arms across the face, fingertips to the ceiling. And then allowing the arms to drop down. We'll take the feet back to more hip width, bend in the legs, inhale the arms up, breathe out as you come down, inhale coming up and breathing out back down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and allow the arms to drop down. Great stuff. So we'll do our first standing sequence. So just a quick pointer, quick demonstration. So something we would have done before, but just a slight variation on it. So there'll be a point in the sequence in which we'll be in a crescent lunge position. So we'll have the arms up, and then we're going to take a breath in, and then as we breathe out, this back knee dips down. We'll come up, straighten the front leg, should allow that back foot to be flat, and then we're going to take hands to hips, leading forwards. Pause here, and then we'll come up with that breath in, breathe out, knee down, straighten leg, hands to hips, breathing out, forward. So I'm doing it a little bit quicker there than what we'll do it in the session, in the sequence. So we're at the top of the mat, feet are hip width, extending up, shoulders relaxed. We'll come into chair pose. So we're going to bend the legs, raise the arms, hands to prayer position. So I'm twisting to the left, right elbow across towards left thigh, stepping back with the right foot into a lunge position. So the heel is off the mat or flat if you prefer. Allowing right arm down the outside of the left leg, reaching left fingertips to ceiling. So the more we reach up, the more we're drawing into the twist. Hands back to prayer position, round to the front. Raise the arms up to crescent lunge. So we're hips, chest forwards, left knee above the left ankle. From here to warrior two, so we're turning that back foot out. Right foot out, right arm behind, looking forwards over the top of the left hand. Left knee above the left ankle. Straightening the left leg, so into triangle pose. So we're reaching forwards through the fingertips to keep the length. Back of the left hand down, right fingertips to ceiling, looking towards the right hand if you can, or straight ahead if it throws your balance. Come back to warrior two, so left knee moves forwards as we raise up, looking over the top of the left hand. From here to downward dog. Right hand around from the back, both hands top of the mat, left foot back coming into downward dog. So feet hip width, pressing through the hands, through the tips of the fingers, bum to the ceiling. And stepping forwards to fold forward. Bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relaxed. Inhale up into chair pose. Bending in the legs as we raise the arms up. Right foot back into lunge. Hips, chest facing forward. So we take breath in. Breathing out, the right knee moves towards the mat, so it might be a small dip for you. We're coming back up, straightening left leg, hands to hips. Take a breath in, breathing out, leading with the chest forwards. Allow the head to hang. Hands either stay on the hips or to the legs. So just pausing here for a couple more breaths. Bringing yourself back upright, raising the arms up. Left knee forwards above the ankle. Take a breath in. Breathing out, the right knee comes down again. Inhaling as you come up. Hands to hips as you straighten that left leg. Taking a breath in. Leading with the chest forwards. Head hanging. Pausing there, and again, hands either hips or fingertips to the ground or on the legs. So using hands and arms to support that upper body as you fold forwards. Couple more breaths. Slowly coming back up. Raise the arms up. Left knee forwards above the ankle again. Take a breath in. Breathing out, right knee comes down once more. Inhaling as we come up. Straightening the left leg, hands to hips. Take a breath in. Breathing out, leading with the chest forwards. Head hanging. Hands to the legs or fingertips on the ground. Pausing there. And we'll be coming into child's pose shortly. So we're going to come back up. Raise the arms up. Left knee forwards, above the ankle, back to lunge. Turn palms forwards. To downward dog, and then from downward dog into child's pose. So knees wide, toes towards each other, bum to heels, and just pausing there for a few breaths. So whenever we come into child's pose, making sure it's a comfortable position for you to rest in. So do feel free to adjust. If it's more comfortable on the forearms with the head hanging, then taking that position. If it's really uncomfortable on the knees, you can come into a more of an all fours position. Steady breath. Just a few more breaths here. Slowly back up to all fours. Curl the toes under and back to downward dog. Pressing bum to ceiling, allowing head to hang. Stepping forwards. Folding forwards, inhale coming up, hands to prayer position above the head, and breathing out coming down, taking the hands down. Great stuff. So we'll continue on, or you'll press pause and join in a moment. So we're at the top of the mat, feet your hip width, we extend up, into chair pose, so we bend the legs, raise the arms, hands to prayer position, twisting to the right, so left elbow to right thigh. Stepping back with the left foot into lunge. And allowing left arm down the outside of the right leg if you can, if you're comfortable. Reaching right fingertips towards the ceiling. Hands back to prayer position. Back round to the front. Raising the arms up into crescent lunge. From here to warrior two, so you're turning the back foot out, the left foot out, left arm behind, and looking forwards over the top of the right hand. Straightening your right leg, reach forwards through the right fingertips, back of the right hand down, left fingertips to ceiling, if we can, looking towards the left hand. Steady breath. Back to warrior two. Right knee moves forward as you raise up, looking over the top of the right hand. From here to downward dog, left hand round from the back, both hands top of the mat, right foot back into downward dog. Steady breath. And then we'll step forwards and fold forwards. So we're bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relaxed. Coming up into chair pose. Keeping the bend in the legs, raising the arms. Left foot back to lunge. Hips, chest facing forwards. So we take a breath in. Breathing out, that left knee dips down. Inhale coming up. Straightening the right leg as you take hands to hips. Take a breath in. Breathing out, leading with the chest forwards. Allow the head to hang. Hands either down the hips or to the legs. Steady breath. Slowly back up. Raise the arms back up. Right knee forwards above the ankle. Take a breath in. Breathing out, that left knee comes down again. Inhaling as you come up. Hands to hips as you straighten the right leg. Take a breath in. Breathing out, leading with the chest forwards. Allow the head to hang. Hands either down the hips or to the legs, fingertip on the mat. Steady breath. And slowly back up, raising the arms up, right knee forwards above the ankle, taking a breath in, breathing out, left knee dips down, inhale coming up, straightening right leg, hands to hips, taking a breath in, breathing out, leading with the chest forwards, hands to hips, legs, or fingertip on the ground, steady breath. Couple more breaths. Slowly back up. Raise the arms up, take the bend back in that right leg, and step left foot forwards and come to standing, arms by your side. Great stuff. So we'll do our standing hip flexor stretch. So if you need to, you can have a hand on the wall to help with your balance. So we're going to be lifting up one leg and then the other. And also if you struggle to do it standing, you could sit on a chair and bring one leg back. So it's on the ground. I was going to show you, but maybe I'll do a separate video to show you that variation. So you're basically sitting down with the leg out in front and then leading forward. So you'd be stretching this hip. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a very good demonstration, but you'd have that leg back sitting down. So for the rest of us, take the weight into the right leg, left hand top of that left foot, hand on the wall if you need it. So we're trying to get this left knee pointing down, draw the left heel in towards your buttock. Steady breath. So for most of us, we'll be feeling a stretch in that left thigh hip flexor. For some of us, you might not be feeling anything at all. So you've obviously got a nicely stretched hip flexor and thigh. Pop left foot down, weight into left leg, right hand top of the right foot, right knee pointing down, draw the heel in. Steady breath. Right foot down, once more on each side. So weight into that right leg, left hand top of the left foot, knees pointing down, draw the heel in towards the buttock, as well as working on your balance. And then we'll pop that left foot down once more on the other side. So weight into the left leg, right hand, top of the right foot. Draw that right heel in. And then we'll pop that right foot down. In this next sequence, something most of us would have done before. So we're going to be in a warrior two. We're going to step into tree pose from here. So if we can, we're avoiding taking, in this case, right hand down. So I'm going to step up. And then we're going to take the hands up. I'm just going to turn around so you can get the idea. So we're going to reach up through the fingertips and then we're going to side stretch. One side to the other and to the other. So we go reaching up towards the ceiling, then we'll come over one side and then back to the centre and over to the other. So obviously not going to be side stretching as much as you would do normally with both feet down, but it's just putting that a little bit of extra challenge into the balance, having this upper body movement, but have the toes down on the mat. There's no medals for having your foot higher up the legs. You want to be able to have some chance of completing the movement without making it impossible for yourself. Also as well, there'll be after we've done that, we're going to come into a downward dog, we're going to come into a warrior one. From here, we're going to come into a warrior three. So we're going to press off that back foot. So weight into, in this case, my left leg, if you can, folding forwards. Don't worry if there's a little bit of this. And then we're going to step back, and then we're going to do our lovely little, forget what the proper name is, but crossing the arms and the legs, you'll know what we're doing. So when we're coming into that position, I'll say have the arms out in front. We're going to cross left arm under right. So you're coming over as far as you can, then taking the fingertips up. If you're able, fingers to palms, or whatever your variation of this. Again, we're putting a little bit of extra challenge into this leg crossing movement by putting some of the mind on what the arms are doing as well. So we're at the top of the mat, feet at hip width, we're taking a bend in the legs to come into chair pose, striding back with the right foot to warrior two, turning that right arm behind, looking forwards over the top of the left hand, left knees above the left ankle, hands into prayer position. So we're stepping into tree pose. So we're going to step up, right foot into your preferred position or the position that your body will allow it to come into. We'll take the hands up. So you're fixing the gaze, reaching the fingertips up to ceiling. Then we're guiding the fingertips over to the left side, back to center, and to the right, back to center. And if we can, once more on each side, to the left, back to center, and then to the right, back to center. We're going to step the right foot back to warrior one. A nice big step back. Turn the palms forwards to downward dog. So left foot back into downward dog. And we're going to return to warrior one with the other foot forward. So we're going to lift up the right foot, bend the right leg, right foot forwards. Bring it up with the hand if you need to. Get that left foot flat, and then we're raising up hips, chest, facing forwards. So from here we'll have a go at warrior three. So we're taking the weight into that right leg. If we can, folding forwards, reaching through the fingertips. Take a bend in the right leg, left foot back to warrior one. We'll bring the arms down in front, so the arms are to horizontal. Left arm under the right arm. Fingertips to ceiling, if you can, fingers to palms. So when we're stepping up, if we can, we're wrapping that left leg around. So if you can, keeping a bit of a bend in the right leg as you do that. Reaching the fingertips up. And then unwinding a left foot back to warrior one. Turning the palms forwards, we'll come to downward dog. So feet hip width, pressing bum to ceiling. Shoulders move forwards into plank. And back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. We're going to come up into chair pose. Stepping the right foot back into warrior one. Interlace fingers behind the back. Draw the hands away, open the chest. Lead with the chest folding forwards, allow the head to hang if we can, working the hands towards the ceiling. Couple more breaths. Allow the hands to come to the mat, left foot back to downward dog, before coming into child's pose. So we'll take knees down wide, toes towards each other, bum to heels, and just pausing there for a few breaths. So just allowing the body to relax for a moment, the breathing to regulate. And then if the hands up there already, we'll slide the hands out in front, fingers spread, and then inhaling as you come up, and breathing out as you come back down. Inhale coming up, and breathing out down. Pausing next time we're upright or on all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And from here back to downward dog. So we curl the toes, lift the knees, bum to ceiling, allow the head to hang, stepping forwards, folding forwards. So we're bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relaxed. Inhale coming up, hands to prayer position above the head, breathing out as you come down, taking the hands down. Good stuff. Hope you're keeping up, doing okay. So we'll run through that again, leading with the left side, unless you're going to take a pause on me. So we're feet hip width, we're extending up, coming into chair pose, so we bend the legs, raise the arms, stride back with the left foot to warrior two, looking forwards over the top of the right hand. So from here to tree pose, hands to prayer position. So we're stepping up, left foot into your preferred position or best position, fixing the gaze, taking the hands up, so reaching up towards the ceiling helps with the balance. Guide the fingertips to the right side, back to centre, guide the fingertips to the left, back to centre, and to the right, back to centre, and to the left, back to centre. Left foot back to warrior one, hips, chest facing forwards, turning the palms forwards to downward dog. So right foot back into downward dog, returning to warrior one, lifting up the left foot, bend the left leg, left foot forwards, bring it up with the hand if you need to, right foot is flat as you raise up. So from here we'll have it coming into warrior three, so you keep the arms up, pressing off that right leg, weight into the left, folding forwards at the waist if you can, reach through the fingertips, bending in the left leg, right foot back into warrior one, arms to horizontal, right arm under the left, fingertips up, fingers to palms if you can. So we're going to keep a bit of a bend in that left leg if you're able to wrap the right leg around, or coming to standing if you prefer. Reaching fingertips up to ceiling, unwinding, and right foot back to warrior one. Hips, chest forwards, palms forwards to downward dog. So left foot back into downward dog, moving shoulders forward into plank, all the way down, extend the toes, inhale to cobra, breathing out down, curl the toes under back to downward dog, stepping forwards and folding forwards, up into chair pose, bend the legs, raise the arms, left foot back to warrior one, interlacing fingers behind the back, draw the hands away, open the chest, leading with the chest forwards, allow the head to hang, and if we can, working hands to ceiling, steady breath. Allow the hands to come to the mat, right foot back into downward dog. So you can, if you want, you can pause here in child's pose for a bit. If not, we're stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position above the head. Breathing out, coming down. Keep hands in prayer position. So we'll do a couple of rounds of sun salutations. So we're taking a breath in and out, inhaling up, breathing out forwards, hands to shins, inhaling as you lift into flat back, hands to the mat, back to plank, all the way down, extending the toes, inhale to cobra, breathe out as you come down, curl the toes under, press up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards and folding forwards, inhale coming up, hands to prayer position, breathing out coming down. Inhaling up, breathing out forwards, hands to shins, inhaling as you lift, hands to the mat, back to plank, all the way down, extending the toes, inhaling into cobra, breathing out down, and pressing up to all fours. So we're coming back 2 hands and knees, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We'll come into a few rounds of cat-cow, so we tip pelvis back, back arches, head drops, tipping the pelvis forward, taking the gaze forward, and tipping the pelvis back, the back arches, the head drops, tipping the pelvis forward, taking the gaze forward. So we'll continue that gentle transition from one position to the other. Imagining a nice gentle ripple effect moving through the spine. And then pausing when you're in a flat back position. From here, we're going to have a go at coming into pigeon pose. So for those of you that come to class on a regular basis, you'll be aware of the alternative to pigeon pose. I will demonstrate it after, for those of us that are comfortable coming into normal pigeon. So we take the hands forwards about a hand's length, bringing the right leg through, so the shin is across the mat as much as your hip will allow, so you don't want to be toppling to the right. Shuffling the left foot back if you can to drop the hips down. We'll come onto the fingertips to lengthen the spine, and then leading with the chest to keep the length as you fold forwards. Allow the head to hang or the hand to the mat. So for those of you that were comfortable coming into that, staying as you are for a few moments. For those of you who want the alternative, so we're lying on our back, right leg on the left thigh. So we can either stay in this position and maybe a little bit of pressure on that right leg away from you, or interlace the fingers behind the left leg, draw the left leg in. But don't keep holding this as long as the other guys, or those of you that are in pigeon pose are in there. So you can pop it back down and then maybe draw it back in again. So if you were comfortable in your pigeon pose, shuffle the hands back to walk yourself, press yourself back up. We'll take the right leg back and we'll bring the left leg through, shin across the mat, shuffling the right foot back, dropping the hips down, up onto fingertips, leading with the chest forwards. And again, we'll pause in this position. Or if you were choosing the alternative posture, then switching legs, popping the right foot down and left leg onto right thigh. So if you're in pigeon pose with your chest, body facing towards the ground, you're breathing out, imagining that hips sinking down towards the mat. So a few more breaths in this position. Walking the hands back towards you, press yourself up back to all fours. We'll come to seated cross-legged or seated legs in front. So you've got your block, pillow, cushion, or whatever your prop is, if you know that you need it. If not, you're comfortable flat on the mat. So the legs can be out in front, or we've got the legs crossed. So we've got the hands on the knees, on the thighs, so we extend up. And then we're bringing chest forwards, hands down, head hanging. If you're able, shuffling the hands, the fingertips away. Steady breath. So you'll notice, you'll maybe feel that discomfort of the muscles stretching or putting the challenge into the hip joint. So as you're breathing out, you're imagining that you're sending your breath to that part of the body, and it's gently easing, relaxing, and allowing maybe your head will edge a little bit closer towards the ground. A couple more breaths here. Walking hands back, press yourself up. Changing cross of legs. So other leg, other shin in front if you had your legs crossed. Hands on the knees, extending up. And again, we're leading with the chest to keep this length, hands down, head hanging, shuffling fingertips away, steady breath. So as best you can, you're imagining feeling the body relaxing as you're breathing out, head sinking down. And shuffling hands back towards you, walking your hands back up. Right fingertips behind on the ground, raising the left arm up so we reach up. Back of the left hand across outside the right leg, twisting. to the left, sorry, to the right, back to centre, left fingertips behind, raising the right arm up, reach up, back of the right hand across outside of the left leg and twisting to the left. So as we're doing this, body's nice and upright, chest is facing outwards, draw that left shoulder back, and coming back to centre. We'll come to lying down, legs bent, feet flat. So feet are hip width, we're reaching down with the fingertips as we did at the start of the session. And then when you're ready, both legs to the right side. Pausing there. Breathing out, body's relaxing. You're imagining it melting down into the mat. Inhale the legs to the centre, breathe out to the left, keep the legs on the left. Inhale to centre, breathe out to the right, and then gently from side to side for a few rounds. Inhaling up, exhaling back down again. Pausing when you're back to centre. Reaching down with the fingertips again in case the feet were shuffled away. We'll slide the left foot away so the left leg is long. Reach across with the left hand on the outside, the right leg. Bring the right leg over to the left so you're rolling onto your left side, onto the outside of that left leg. Right hand or forearm on the ground next to you. Breathing out, body's relaxing into this twist position. Couple more breaths. Slowly back to centre. Switching legs, bending up left leg, sliding the right foot away. Reach across with the right hand, guide the left leg to the right so you're rolling onto the outside of the right leg. Left hand, forearm on the ground next to you on your left side. Steady breath. Slowly back to centre into your relaxation. So you're either lying flat or with the legs bent and the feet flat, arms by your side, closing the eyes or soft gaze. Noticing your breathing. So just aware of the feeling of the air coming into the body, going out of the body. Rise and fall of chest, abdomen. Feeling the body heavier into the mat with each breath out. and starting to take some deep breaths. Moving fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, gently rolling to one side, press yourself up into a seated position. Closing the eyes, hands to prayer position. Thank you all for making time for your practice. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you for supporting these online sessions. Keep well. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed that. Enjoy the sunny weather. Enjoy the spring. Take care. Keep washing your hands. Keep on the up and up. Until next time.